Test, test.
Hey guys, remember when you talking into the microphone, because if you get too far, it's gonna go like in and out, and it's not gonna sound too good. So whenever y'all do talk, just.
That's for you, Brooks, up down here.
There you go.
All you know, Chance, this little table here, this is the nicest organization thing we got this year. Last year was such a.
You're welcome.
I mean, like,
You are welcome.
I feel like we should take credit for
I'm
that.
the one moving the fucking table every Wednesday. I'm the one moving the table every Wednesday.
That was MJ's day.
Didn't you tell me, Chance, the first time I
Over
thought,
here going, okay.
I thought that was the deal. Yeah.
I thought you said something about Chance the first weekend.
He said he needed a table.
Chance said you needed a table, so my little antique table here.
You're welcome again.
Thanks, Chance, for at least
Give me one more
suggesting
before.
that to the
Hey, give me
boss
one more
over
before
there.
you there.
Wouldn't
Took like
happen.
2 drinks and something.
Wouldn't happen.
Is Mama Jan calling her picks in, or?
She did, yeah. She came in on Monday. She is receiving an award tonight in San Antonio, I believe.
Why didn't we do a location?
Right, vacation change. Just gonna send it down there.
Live.
From the San Antonio Riverwalk.
We have chamber kids.
She's being honored at the Whitty Museum in San Antonio.
We could have put you on the dinosaur.
Here, look at that.
Chance, we could have put you on the dinosaur, dude.
What?
We could have put you on the dinosaur at the Whitty Museum. Willie walking in with like a leash.
Get on the bus, you go to the Whitty Racquetball Park, and then you end up at Miss Baird's Bakery.
All right, we got 20 seconds.
Get you a biscuit with butter on it. Those were the days.
Yeah, a little hazy stop on the way home.
Nap time away. My son, he had a deal that sleeping on the bus was like naked sleeping. For every hour we slept on the bus, we lost 2 hours of sleep. Zero, we're all zeros.
No, dude.
We playing?
It's playing. It hasn't.
Is it,
We're getting a good one.
On this end, it's not. This end, it's still. My end, it's still.
Wait, because it's still.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dude, it's almost like a sucker.
There you have it.
There we go. Hello, Uvalde and greater Southwest Texas area, fans watching everywhere.
Worldwide.
Worldwide of the Chambers Commerce Chamber Picks. We're coming to you with our 5th episode of the season. I can't believe we're already here, guys. We have 2 very special guests tonight with us. We have number 5 running back Abraham Ali. And senior quarterback, number 14, Brody Carnes. Thanks for being with us, guys. You two have been kind of trading off some big games here lately, the last 3 weeks. I hope we can keep that up Friday night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, we'll talk a little bit more about the game when we get down to the game of the week. But you know, you may have heard, you may have seen that there are definitely some favorite teams up here and some non-favorite teams of people of our prognosticators. Abraham, who's your favorite college team?
I would have to say Ohio State.
Ohio State. Oh, they're on the board tonight.
The Buccaneers.
Who's your favorite pro team?
Cowboys.
Yeah, we'll go Cowboys.
There we go.
That guy's a good kid.
Very diplomatic. Very diplomatic.
And Brody, you want to give us yours?
I grew up as a Texas fan, but I've since been a diehard Florida State fan. So
Seminoles.
They're on the
go Noles.
Go Noles. I think James was looking out for you too. So you're putting them both on the schedule. And your pro team?
I'm a Packers fan. Sorry.
Well,
A cheesehead through and through. So.
I know.
Anyway, we really appreciate y'all being with us. We thank Coach Miller for allowing me to come and Uvalde to watch two of our stars up here, and we're really glad you're here, guys. Once again, Chamber Picks is brought to you by our title sponsor in First State Bank. Thank you, First State Bank, for sponsoring us, and we appreciate the support.
FSB.
Thank you to LMG Productions and Gabe and Javi over here bringing us to us every week, and we appreciate you guys. The September Business of the Month for the Chamber is Capital Farm Credit. They've been a member since 2010. Thank you, Capital Farm Credit, and thank you for supporting the Chamber. As we roll off our things here, we're also in conjunction with Uvalde Leader News. You can play at home with us. Please do. Turn your picks in every week. Turn them in by Thursday at the Uvalde Leader News office. Yes, we have Anna White down here showcasing it for us.
Now I just don't want to move all my stuff out of the Sorry.
But please join at home, and thank you, Uvalde Leader News. We have one of our football programs here. Okay, we did this last week, but once again,
poster.
Friday morning, upside down. Friday morning, stop by and pick up your Coyote football poster. I think last year, y'all signed this, didn't you? They went to the winner. So we're going to have to do that again. We need to get one to Coach Miller and get it signed so the winner of Chamber Picks gets a signed autograph poster. But please come by the Chamber office and pick up your poster on Friday morning and our Spirit ribbons. If you have not seen our Spirit ribbon, this is a throwback from the 90s and 80s. And
50s, man.
the 50s?
Yeah.
It goes all the way back that far. All right. Well, they're a big hit this
When
year.
I was the big man on the campus of Benson Elementary, buddy.
You had those,
These were
yeah.
cool, man.
I
Had a straight pin and put them on your blue jeans down on the leg. Yes,
sir.
Baby. Get one on each leg. Shoo.
So,
That's why I'm big.
hey,
Sounds wonderful.
I do have two questions for you two down here. Do you know the words to Uvalde Pipe Song?
There we go. There we
I
have
could
it.
sing along, but I don't know if I could sing by
Well,
myself.
you're going to learn it tonight. Next week, Mr. Edwards,
started.
you want to lead us off
Yes,
tonight?
here we
We'll start
go.
with the Uvalde Pipe
Cheers,
Song.
cheers for Uvalde High. Send all those praises up to the sky. Send that football down the field. Don't let a war horse interfere. We never stagger, we never fall. We always get there with that football. All you kids from UHS, we're all out to win this game. You get the
All right. Thank you, Mr. Edwards. We appreciate that. If you have a chance, and I think it's up on YouTube already, but it will be up on the Facebook page tomorrow. Please tune in to Keys to the Game, sponsored by Uvalde Chevrolet. It's a one-on-one with Coach Miller. We sit down and we talk about last week's game and talk a little bit about this week's game, and it's an opportunity to know him a little better and get to know our head coach and get a little insight to the football program. So please do that. We'll get to our pizza sponsor here in a little bit. I mentioned they'll make an appearance. It is National Pepperoni Pizza Day.
Yes, sir.
You know, what an honor. Last but not least, A little plug for the chamber here. Hunters Roundup and Barbecue Cook-Off is coming up. If you would like to sponsor either a gun in the 40 gun monster raffle, or there's some other opportunities, please get with the chamber office. That's on November 3rd and 4th, which is the last away game of the football season this year. So anyway, come by the chamber office and sign up or sponsor a gun. We appreciate that. All right.
There you
I guess that's all. That's a mouthful, but let's
Any
get
more
to
plugs?
it. I think that's all. If you got one, we're waiting. But all right, let's start with the pro games. First pro game, Mr. Edwards, New England at the New York Jets. New England is a 2-point favorite, I think. 1.5 is what I saw today. They're 0-2, and the Jets are 1-1.
I don't know exactly why, but I'm gonna go with New England. That I like their running back because I have him on my fantasy football team.
I see.
So I'm with you. It's been a rough week for Jets in general. One going missing here, and they found it wherever it was in North Carolina, and then
$100 million.
$100 million.
How do you lose that?
And then the other Jet goes down, old Aaron Rodgers. So it's hard not to go with New England. So that's where I'm going.
Yep. I'm going to go with the Patriots also. If Rodgers was playing, I think it'd be a little maybe different outcome, but he's not. So Bellatrix.
You're talking about a fan base that in 2 weeks have just gotten it handed to them. I mean, that's the best thing about the start of football season, because everybody's got a chance and everybody thinks they're going to be all world. And that team had a legitimate shot at making the playoffs, I think.
Well, and Hard Knocks doesn't help. Because that just inflates that even more.
Jinx.
Oh, but I'm going against them this week too. Give me New England.
Well, I'm going to take the Jets. I think their defense can keep Wilson in the ball game.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they're a pretty good ball club. I mean, of course they're good, but of course they lost last week against Dallas. I mean, there could have been 2 teams playing Dallas and we'd have beat them both. So it doesn't really matter. So that's the way it happens. But I'm gonna roll with the Jets this week.
I'm going to go with the Jets too. I think they got a stout defense. The Cowboys forced the Cowboys to kick 5 field goals, and I think they just have more weapons on offense. I think Wilson will have a better game. Jets.
I like the Jets, but I've always rooted for Zach Wilson, wanted him to do well, but I don't think Bill Belichick's losing 3 straight. So give me New England.
Smart man, smart boy, smart man.
Sound reasoning.
I like the Jets, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to have to go with the Patriots. The Jets did lose their starting quarterback, but I don't think they'll be able to pull it off. Yeah, I'll go Patriots.
Yeah, if we need some fantasy football pointers here today, it might it might be down here on this other end of the table. We need to ask these two.
Good grief.
Who is leading our league? I've been sitting here trying to figure out.
Well, you know the answer to that it's you.
Right, Mr. Edwards?
It's you.
It's me?
Yeah,
seriously?
I think so.
Well, I can't find the standings.
Commissioner's in first. Big surprise.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Well, hey.
You whipped me last week.
No, if you were watching, I was way up and you almost caught me at the end. So.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
Okay, all right, yeah. All right. It's me and then MJ and then Willie are our top 3. So.
Willie?
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I slipped past Gabe.
You squeaked past me.
But the best was I beat Jets by like .004.
I didn't know you were the best manager of your team. You
Yeah, I played all the point getters, man.
He's one of those CEO coaches. He's like,
I only have
he
three.
just hires good people.
You let your people do the work for you.
I only have three people
you
on
hire-
my bench.
let the
You
players
hire
play.
good people and
Two
you
of
trust
them
them
are
to do their
injured
job.
reserve and suspended and stuff, man. I don't have a deep bench, boy.
Hey, Abraham, I'm going to keep the next one down with you. We got the LA Chargers at the Minnesota Vikings. Both of these teams are 0-2. They're both playoff teams probably, and so one of them's got to get a win this week. It's an even game.
Unless it isn't a tie. No.
Hey, it could be
Okay,
a tie.
Yogi Berra.
Could be a tie.
Did
One
you
of
do
them's gotta come
graduate
out
work?
with a win.
Did you do graduate work
Yeah.
at A&M? Or?
Like one of them's got to come out with a win.
Yogi
You know?
Berra.
That was my prediction of this game because I don't know who's going to win, but one of them's going to win.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with the Vikings. I feel like Cousins is gonna come up fourth quarter, either throw a pick or just give it to the running back. But we'll see. We'll see.
I like the Chargers. I think Justin Herbert he's a powerhouse quarterback. I think they're due to win one, so give me the Chargers.
Such a tough game to pick. I'm going to say nobody really wins the game, but Minnesota's going to find a way to lose. So, therefore, I'm picking the Chargers.
Okay. 2 leagues. I've got Kirk Cousins on both of them. Both of them, he was my second quarterback to pick. Joe Burrow was my first. Both leagues. He's been great. Said no one this year. I mean, I think he's got like 10 points after 2 weeks or something horrible. So sticking with that, I'm going to take Minnesota because I need my quarterback to put up some big numbers.
Yeah, I've got Herbert on one of my not this one, but on another family fantasy league, and so yeah, I need a big day out of him because I'm 0-2 in that league. So give me the Chargers.
Yeah, I think both of these teams are better than their records say. I'm going to go with the Vikings at home. And hopefully Herbert has a good day because I need him to get those extra points against Mr. Edwards over here in fantasy. So, yeah, give me the Vikings, though.
Well, good. So Herbert, I need him to win, and that's who I'm going to pick too, because I think they finally get it rolling. I don't think they've quite had everything click yet, and I think this is the week it's going to happen.
Well, I'm going to go with Minnesota because I've got their tight end on my
I told you, a little fantasy league would make the pro games a whole lot better.
He did well for me last week. I think he had 4 receptions, all for touchdowns.
and a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I mean, he was there.
An extra 2 points there.
All right, well, we'll stay down there on the other end. We've got the 2-0 New Orleans Saints at the 1-1 Green Bay Packers. The Packers are a 2-point favorite at home.
Yeah, Brody, I don't want to break your heart, but I'm going to go with New Orleans.
It's a bad pick.
Not so fast, right? I'm going to go Cheesehead too. I think that frozen tundra is too much for them Cajuns. So go Pack.
Yeah, I think the Packers are going to bounce back from that close loss they had to the Falcons last Sunday, and they're going to come home with a win. Well, at home. So give me the Pack.
Yeah, and I watched. I didn't watch a whole lot Sunday, but I watched New Orleans and Carolina on Monday, and I wouldn't be impressed with either one of those two teams. I thought it was a
an ugly
struggle
game.
on both sides.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me Green Bay at home.
I think New Orleans is one of those teams that you can't believe is 2-0, but it's just because they played 2 teams and neither one of them were very good. But I'm going to take Green Bay at home.
Yeah, same. Green Bay at home. New Orleans is down. They're top 2 running backs right now. So
I did not know that.
I'll take the Packers.
I'm
A little
gonna
research would be your friend, man.
That's why.
I'm gonna take the Packers as well. I
Attaboy.
think Christian Watson might be back this week, so watch out for him. And Jordan Love's been doing pretty good. So,
Like Brody said, Love's been doing pretty good, so I'm gonna have to go with Packers too.
go Pack.
Green Bay.
Well,
I think
love
Willie's got a
Packers
home
on the
run.
board there.
Willie's got a home run.
I'm on, buddy.
Well, we'll stay down there with you, Abraham. We got your Dallas Cowboys at 2-0, traveling to Arizona at 0-2. They are a 12-point favorite, but like I heard somebody saying here earlier, that they seem to play down to teams like this.
I'm gonna have to go with Dallas, but I feel like it'll be a pretty good game. I feel like they need to play Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah.
They need it. They need to
Get
get
him
him
on
on
the
the
ball
field.
some more.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. hell- Yep.
No, they don't, because I got Tony Pollard on.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Scratch that.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I'm gonna go with Dallas as well. I'd probably take them in the points too. They've just looked pretty dominant so far. So, and Arizona, not that good.
Arizona, no, they're not that good. It's going to be like a home game for Dallas there in Arizona. It always is. So that'll work in our favor. And then I'm thinking, maybe this is the year we turn over a new leaf and we're not going to play down to the competition and just steamroll. So go Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I hope we don't play down. I hope we can play Deuce and the other guys in the third or fourth quarter because you're so far ahead and you can rest people but I'm just gonna stick with Dallas.
I think the question of the week is not, well, anything can happen in the NFL, but it's nobody's been questioning whether Dallas is going to win this game or not. I've heard, is this defense for real? Okay, you two, is this defense for real this year?
Tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough.
That was pretty quick out of you
They're
two.
tough.
So,
They're tough
definite,
defense.
yes.
Yeah, I mean
and
they get their starting safety back.
Yep.
Yeah, with that defense, I think they cover with the points too. So give me Dallas.
Yeah. Parsons, that Dan Quinn, man, he's just got him frothing at the mouth, man. That seems like every game.
Yeah, the Jets had one big play, and that's how they scored their touchdown on Sunday. Otherwise, it would have been another shutout.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah, defense is carrying them right now. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing with the offense, how they're stalling on drives. Like, seems like it's every
It
year.
was a
The
tremendous
same
amount of
thing.
times in the red zone without.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, credit to the
touchdown.
Jets D too.
Well,
I mean,
the Jets had
they're
something
not-
to do with that. And,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think McCarthy was content on just kind of
Yeah.
running the ball and not, trying to.
Since your kicker didn't start kicking field goals till he was in college.
right.
Well, keep the defense,
Man, that
defense
kicker,
fresh.
he looks pretty smooth.
Never kicked in
man.
high school. Just started kicking in
That's crazy,
college.
man.
Went to the
Yeah.
USFL. Did he get special teams player of the year? Or,
I think so.
Something. I mean,
Yeah.
and Dallas finds him.
Yeah, man,
I mean,
he
it's
looks
pretty
like
impressive.
he looks like that guy that has the easy old golf swing and just rips it out there.
Just walks up there like,
Mr. Baldwin.
yeah.
Yeah. So with that said, hopefully he gets some TDs to CD this week and go Cowboys.
2 words, Micah Parsons.
Oh yeah.
And that's it. That's all you need to know. That guy's the biggest freak out there right now.
You're not going to pick Kyler Murray's team here? I mean,
No. Are you kidding me? Kyler Murray's the most overrated quarterback. There'll be a documentary about that failure here on
30 for 30.
Netflix. Yeah, here in about 4 years. So, but no, Cowboys offense struggles because Dak's not your guy. He's never been your guy. Like, let's cut bait. Like, go find. I'm sure Phillip Rivers is. After he's done pumping
Chance,
out,
he completed 80% of his passes.
after pumping out 14 more kids, like I'm sure he's ready to come back and then you can draft
What?
one.
What?
He may be playing in New York here pretty quick.
Oh, I know. He might. So anyway, Cowboys, Micah Parsons. No, I'm not going against him.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Dallas all the way here. Dallas looks awfully good to me. I mean, I'm with you all. It'd be nice if they, took some more of those red zone opportunities into the end zone, but they still look pretty strong. And that
Jerry gave play calling to McCarthy.
defense.
And Larry Fitzgerald is not playing.
Well,
And
I was going to
clarify that.
ask.
Jerry tried to get him though.
Is Larry going to make a guest appearance? That's what they'll have. They have one old time.
I saw him on a commercial.
Larry
during one of
Fitzgerald
the-
D.
Oh, that
One of the
commercial,
games.
by the way, y'all YouTube that. What was it? The unretire with Dan Marino,
Oh, yeah.
Randy
I hadn't
Moss.
seen
Emmett.
that yet.
Oh,
that was a good
Emmett
one.
Smith, he
That was a
falls
good
asleep on the bench. Oh, go look that up.
All right, that'll wrap up our pro slate for tonight. We'll get down to our college slate now. First game, I'm mixed up here, so I got to make sure I keep them in order. First game, we've got 3-0 Texas as a 15-point favorite on the road at 1-2 Baylor. Mr. Edwards.
Hook 'em all the way here. I'm a believer.
Okay.
Yeah, even though I'm right by Dr. Doom and Gloom.
I'm just going to tell you what it was because I stand by what I said last week.
End up losing 5.
I think Texas loses 3 games this year. I think
Bevo's
Alabama
gonna have a
loses 3
calf.
games this year, and both looked suspect. And I saw your post
How
about.
many games do you think A&M wins this year?
I think I'm staring down the barrel at 11 wins. I'm telling you right now. Nah, just kidding. Potential's there, but I'm just saying. Hold on. I saw your post about how he's having a fun time tonight. And I'm like, I bet he wasn't for 3.5 quarters because it was 10-10 against Wyoming. Good grief. So yeah. So let's. Yep, set aside the space for that national championship trophy because it's coming to Austin.
We don't hand
give me
we
Texas.
don't hand out
So are you
national
taking Baylor?
championship trophies before we actually win them.
Hey, that didn't work out. But we own it.
You taking Baylor?
No, hell no.
Okay. It's not one of the 3
I mean,
losses.
it would make sense because it's in Waco and it's at night. Weird things happen. I mean, you watch Fixer Upper. You know how those transformations. It's just like that, and it's so much better for the Bears, So I could see them winning that, but I'm not going to pick them.
I have a brand new opinion of you. Fixer upper, man.
Story of my life.
You're probably their
Ask my
hometown.
wife.
You're probably their hometown too, aren't you?
Story of my life. Ask my wife. Fixer Upper all the way.
Fixer upper. This was gonna be a good game. I think the Bears are gonna. Why'd you give me that face for?
It's gonna be a good
I'm just saying the
game.
Bears
It's gonna
always.
be a terrible game.
I mean, I saw a stat that says that Baylor's won the last 2 home games when they played Texas at home. I think they're gonna give them a challenge, but I think the Longhorns are gonna win.
Yeah, if Wyoming was playing Baylor this week, I'd be taking Wyoming. I think that team's maybe a little better than you think they are. Their coach is a heck of a coach. I will give him that. That he had them ready to play and threw some things at Texas I don't think they quite expected. One reason I think Texas will win more games than A&M be 2 words. It's called the Big 12.
Big 12.
The Big 12. That's why I don't see 3
cupcaking
losses
all the
on
way
this
down
league.
the road.
1-0 against
I
the
don't-
SEC.
If they lose 3 games in this Big 12, Sart's not their guy. I'll tell you that.
And if I told you it was 3.5 quarters and y'all were tied 10-10 with Wyoming, you'd say I was crazy.
I figured it was going to be close.
I'm just saying.
3 quarters, yeah. 3 quarters.
College football,
give me
man.
Texas. Give me Texas. Give me Texas.
At the first of the year, I said there was a few teams that I was never going to take. Kerrville Tivy, Texas. I've recanted. I'm at the bottom of the pack.
You want to see these
What's
guys?
exactly.
What's your record?
I'm way down there, so I have to eat crow on some things.
Circling
you know.
the drain, me and you, buddy.
Baylor, it's a nighttime game. Baptists, all those Baptists, they can't be drinking in public anyway, so it's not like it's not like it's going to be a rowdy atmosphere. Plus, construction right there by the stadium's horrible. Nobody probably get to the damn thing.
Hey, but they got new bears, is what my cousin told me. So
well, there you go. Texas minus 15. I'll take Texas.
Yeah, I think the Horns had a hangover.
Yeah.
A letdown emotionally going into that game, but they can't afford to do that. With the
in the Big 12 they can.
Everybody in the Big 12 is going to take their best shot at them this year. Try to kick them in the butt on the way out the door.
I think they're playing the Big 13 because they've got the Big 12 and the refs this year. So
file that away for later.
You're better than that. You're better than that. You're better than that.
Sounded
You're better than that.
Hey, the best thing about the Alabama game is they got SEC refs instead of Big 12 refs.
So yeah, I'm taking Texas.
Yeah, I like Texas as well. I'd probably pick them minus 15. I think they're going to just have a bounce back game from what happened last week. So
There you go.
I'm not a real big fan of Texas, but we're gonna have to go with Texas because I don't know. I've never been a fan of Baylor. I just never liked the Bears.
And they're struggling this year. They're struggling a little bit. So, all right. Well, we'll stay down there with you, Abraham. We've got Florida State traveling to Clemson. Florida State is 3-0. Clemson is 2-1. Florida State is a favorite on the road here. I had that written down somewhere.
2.5.
2.5. Yeah. They're a 2.5 favorite on the road.
Let's go Florida State. Yeah, I've never been a real big fan of Clemson. I don't know, it's just not in my blood, you know?
You're just trying to keep your quarterback happy over there. Keep feeding
Let's
you the
be
ball.
honest, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Florida State, obviously. I don't like what I saw against Boston College, but we're gonna have a bounce back game in Death Valley, and yeah, I think we're gonna get it done. Jordan Travis all the way.
Yep, Florida.
We're already there.
It's going to be Florida State's year to finally beat Clemson. I know it's been a while, and they had a little bit of a hangover last week. So, taking Florida State.
Yeah, Florida State struggling last week. Clemson, God, they've struggled. I mean, who'd they beat?
Two smaller schools, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I
couldn't
mean,
tell you
so
which one.
it wasn't anybody like that you really thought,
Sanford,
wow,
maybe
yeah.
something like that.
Stanford?
Sanford.
Oh, Sanford.
Yeah.
Sanford and Son.
Yeah. ESPN Plus University.
The Ocho. I watched it on the Ocho after dodgeball.
ESPN Plus
Yeah,
University.
give me Florida State.
One thing is that's great about this college football season. There's a lot of years by the third week of the season, you could pick 5 or 6 teams that'll be in the playoffs, and then that's who your pool will come from. I mean, there were very few teams, ranked teams in the top 10 that were deserving of their ranking on Saturday. Maybe Washington. Washington looks like one of the best teams out there right now.
They're good.
So I don't know, but yeah, I think Florida State will have a bounce back game. I don't think Clemson's very good. I think they ran off one quarterback and have maybe a problem with the second one. So give me Florida State.
Yeah, I kind of went back and forth with this one. What Nano was saying there, it's been a while. I saw that 2014 was the last time the Noles beat Clemson. So in Death Valley? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. All right, in Death Valley. They're playing at home. I think that the Tigers are going to take this one. Clemson.
Wow. All right. Well, if it were going to be a night game at Death Valley, I'd say we might have something to think about here. But it's 11 o'clock kick, and I don't think they have the juice for that, and for that to make any kind of factor into the game. So I think it's going to be Florida State.
I like you, Chance.
Thank you, man.
They always say that home field is worth 3 points at least. I guarantee you on 11 o'clock kicks, it's got to be maybe a point or
maybe.
at best.
If that, 0.5 at tops.
Yeah.
You know,
11 o'clock kicks are terrible.
No way. Yeah.
I didn't realize that what time we started the game and played in there.
Hey, yeah, it's a big deal. In.
Yeah, wow.
Psyche and stuff.
Got to get up early, get your ritual done. I mean,
your eggs.
It's hard for a lot of people to tie one on by 11 o'clock to go to a game.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why
the Raging Cajuns don't seem to have a problem.
You want a little later start. I got that. But
now you're getting
playing it. I don't understand. Anyway,
it's hangover prevention now at this point for all of us.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like Clemson in this one at home. And, so give me Clemson. Hey. And Brody, now you say bad pick.
Not so fast.
That's a terrible pick.
All right, well, we'll stay right down there. Maybe our toughest college game of the week. We've got 3-0 Ohio State Buckeyes going to Touchdown Jesus and Notre Dame. And they are 4-0 because they played in week 0 over in Ireland. Ohio State's a 3-point favorite, which I don't see in this game. Mr. Edwards?
I don't see that either. I'm going to go with the Irish. They're marching. Give me the Irish.
That's going to be a tough game because it's at Notre Dame. Touchdown Jesus night game again in college football. It means everything.
Yeah, they got more time to go to confession, get that done.
Yeah. No, I know. For some crazy reason, I got to go with the Buckeyes. So, got a feeling.
You're not that crazy, man. I'm going with the Buckeyes also, man.
Or you're just as crazy as I am, which I appreciate it.
Like a fox.
And this is a tough game. It really is.
Oh,
it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Coin flip.
You know, Ohio State, they looked really good last week against a very weak opponent. Notre Dame, I think they struggled out of the gates just a little bit. But give me Notre Dame. I think I more chaos. I don't think anybody's expecting them to be in the top 5 next week, but they will be once they beat Ohio State. So give me Notre Dame.
There you go.
I'll take Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm thinking, when was the last time Notre Dame won a really big game? Like, does anybody remember? I can't.
Me neither.
So I'm going to Ohio State.
When they cheated the Aggies out of the playoffs. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Notre Dame. I think they've rolled past everyone they've played so far. Closest game was against NC State, 45-24. And Sam Hartman is a dude, so I'm going to go with Notre Dame.
Yeah, I like him.
Gotta go with the Buckeyes. Coach Miller had told me earlier, he had said, they're just a better
Not
team.
so fast.
They're just a better
There you
team.
go.
There you go. See,
Well, he gave me, when I talked to him last week, he said, and I went against him on one of the picks and I shouldn't have. He said, that's a lock and this one's a lock, and I should have listened to him. So he probably knows what he's talking about. But yeah, it'll be a good game.
Let's don't bring up Lytle.
Yeah.
He said they couldn't beat their way out of a paper bag.
And they are 4-0.
4-0.
And they are. Lytle is 4-0. Unbelievably, that's maybe the biggest turnaround in high school football going on right now. I think they had won one game in 2 or 3 years.
Absolutely.
They are 4-0. So, all right, Abraham, I'll stay down there with you for our last. Let's see, man, I've jumped all. Okay, I'm on the right schedule here. Our last college game, we got Colorado. Maybe a little hangover after the other night. Going to Oregon, to Eugene, Oregon. Colorado's 3-0. Oregon's 3-0. Oregon is a 21-point favorite.
Wow. I gotta go with Colorado.
Coach Prime.
Yep. I know Travis Hunter is out for what?
3 weeks.
3 weeks is what I heard.
Yeah. But I feel like Sanders is gonna, both offense and defense, they're gonna have to just pull it off.
Colorado played TCU, and they were like, what? They were like 21 point. TCU was 21-point favorites when they played them, something like that.
Yep.
I don't think that's happening this week. Give me the Ducks. Go Oregon.
Talking about the time of the game again. This one's at 2:30, and I'm glad because I haven't caught up on sleep from the double overtime Colorado game last week. I stayed up and watched that like a dummy. But no Travis Hunter. I think Colorado comes back down to earth this week, so taking Oregon.
So, yeah, I watched every play of the Colorado game. At middle of third quarter, I was like, this is terrible. I'm done. I'm going to get out of it. And then all of a sudden, hey, here they come. Here they come. Here they come. Got a great team. Oregon's just, they're built different. I think they got a really good ball club this year. Nothing against Colorado. I don't know that TCU was really that good. I mean, they weren't probably what they were supposed to be. Colorado they're way above what they should have been. Good for them. I mean, that's great. But I'm going to take the Ducks.
Yeah. Hey! Nice National Pepperoni Pizza Day.
Hey, it's a Luigi.
Our pepperoni pizza.
Did somebody step on a duck? Thank you.
Luigi's
Thank you very
are one of our sponsors, our pizza sponsor every.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
I got to get out.
I'm out of here.
The lady, a
I've
few
seen
words.
enough.
She said, I don't need any
But
of this.
the pizza smells good. I promise you that. Yeah, I think we were, to me, give me Oregon in this. That hit on Travis Hunter, though, that was nasty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why we have those calls these days. That was a bad hit. He was playing maybe a little closer, but I think Oregon wins, and they may cover too.
Malicious intent, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't
Maybe.
know that.
Yeah,
I don't, not playing on Deion's words, but the kid's trying to make a play.
Yeah.
Go make a play. This is what stuff happens. It's unfortunate all the time. Chubb's injury was gruesome. It was horrible.
Awful.
And, and that guy hit low. I think, things happen. But, it's unfortunately that's the name of the game. They're gladiators. We're there for our entertainment and to do stuff. And so I don't think death threats were warranted for the young man. I don't think things need to go that out of hand. I think it was a ball game. It was a dirty. I mean, he was getting after him. I mean, he probably could have pulled up on it. I mean, but I don't think he meant to lay him out for 3 weeks and whether it lacerated the liver or anything of that nature. But
It's crazy. Yeah, I think this is the week that the buff stops. The buff stop here. Give me Oregon on this.
Good one.
You've been
waiting for
thinking
that
about that one.
chomping at the bits.
Sitting on that
Then I just
since
don't nobody
Monday.
says it before me.
Nobody says that before.
Man, please, guys, don't let
You've been
anyone say
sitting
that.
Can I get that on a
since
t-shirt?
Sunday morning.
The buff stops here.
Love it.
That's good.
So there that was your pick. That's all. You don't want to lie.
Just a one-liner. That's it.
I just didn't know that was going to be just a line, and then that was the pick at the same time. No, I think Colorado's decent, and Deion's a decent coach, and he's all great. But when you play two just mediocre teams, it's just the story's perfect, Hollywood and all this, but you're about to go to Nike World. And realize what the fast speed athletes really are, and I don't think they're gonna get slapped in the face and brought right back down. Yeah, no Rocky Mountain High so much no mas. So let's go with the Ducks.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Oregon except every time I watch them, they look like they're the fastest team in the world, man. They are
quick.
That Nike
fast.
label.
Goodness gracious. So give me, I'll duck on them here.
All right. Well,
Duck them.
the Ducks for Mr. Edwards. That'll do it for our college games of the week. Next up is our high school games. I will one more time, if you get a chance, watch Keys to the Game with Coach Miller. Sponsored by Uvalde Chevrolet. Guys, one thing he talked about this week and that he was pretty proud of. I mean, he thought it was a little bit of an ugly game Friday night, but he likes that he's really got you two, and more than that, it's your teammates too, but ways to beat people, and people are going to have to game plan for that. I mean, if they're going to they're going to stack the box and do what Poteet did, and then we'll burn them deep, or they're going to, lay back a little bit and let us run the ball. And he was really, really proud of that. And I think fans are really, really watching and really getting the feel for this team. So I mean, he's counting on you two a lot. So, but anyway, watch Keys to the Game, and then you'll see some of it this week and some of his comments. So, anyway, Mr. Edwards, we'll start with you down there. We got our first high school game of Charlotte at Sabinal. This is a district game. District's kicking off for a few of our high school teams now. Charlotte's 1-3. Sabinal is 1-2. Their game last week got canceled.
All right, I'm going with the nearly hometown guys. Give me the Yellow Jackets at home.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Jordan, what's it, the Charlotte Hornets, right? Is that what it is? I don't think they stand a chance down here in this Southwest Texas heat, so let's go Sabinal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Yellow Jackets also on this one. Yep. Just because Charlotte scored a total of 17 points in the season. Tough season for those kids, but yeah. Sabinal.
Yeah, give me Sabinal.
Oh, it's the Bobcats, not Hornets. Right? Sorry.
We knew what you
Wrong
meant.
sport. Wrong Charlotte.
Close.
I'll take 7-0.
How come Willie didn't take Charlotte? He's wearing his hat says Charlotte.
Wrong.
That's the University of North Carolina at Charlotte.
Okay.
I wasn't aware this was happening.
Yeah, 7-0. Charlotte's having a tough season.
Sabinal.
Let's go Sabinal.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Not really much to talk about.
No, there's not much talking about that game. Sabinal's, according to Dave Campbell's, a 35-point favorite. So yeah. All right, our next high school game. this is two undefeated teams. We've got 4-0 Bandera Bulldogs traveling to the Hondo Owls that are 4-0. Hondo is a 6-point favorite. Abraham?
I'm gonna have to go with Hondo. When we scrimmaged them, they were a pretty good team. I like their defense. They can hit. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Honda too. I think they've really stepped it up since we scrimmaged them. They put it on Divine last week. Was it like 44-6?
Yeah,
something like that. They really aired it out. So again, Divine's gonna have to choose against us this week. But I think Hondo is going to beat Bender.
Yeah, I'm going with Hondo too. I guess they're a lot better than what we thought at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I think I picked against them twice and lost both times. But Bandera's actually got a pretty good ball club.
Third time's a charm. Come on. Third time's
I told you, I'm not doing that stuff anymore. I've turned over a new leaf. I got to get away from 500. Just a little bit. But I may be going below 500 on this. But anyway, yeah, give me the Owls.
Yeah, Coach Miller said, Divine didn't respect Hondo throwing the ball at all. And I might have seen him throwing the ball in 7-on-7. I kind of might have been the same way. But, boy, they lit it up to the air the other night. Hondo's becoming a tough team this year. So, yeah, give me the Owls at home.
Yeah, it's tough not to pick them when they're playing at home, so give me the Owls also.
Oh, yeah. Y'all know how I feel about their atmosphere there, and as much as it kills me not to be able to pick the fighting Charlie Robinsons up there in Bandera.
I forgot that. They could be playing for something.
I doubt any of them never even know who the heck that is. I don't think these two probably ever heard of Charlie Robinson before, but dude. Anyway, I'm with Joe Tom. I got to start reevaluating some things, and let's go Hondo out.
I forgot they've got the last basketball coach here, men's basketball coach. He's now coaching girls up in Bandera. Mm-hmm. Of course, they had Mike Williamson went up there and won a state
championship.
So yeah, they've got some Uvalde tread up there. So Willie, you want a home run here?
No.
All that being said, no.
I'm okay.
I'm gonna go with Hooters, the Owls.
Bandera, you may be the lucky guy tonight because we all across the board have the Owls.
Do it for Charlie.
Our next high school game, we've got the 1-3 Carrizo Springs Wildcats. They're going to the 0-4 Crystal City Javelinas, and this will be a brawl between those two, 10 miles apart. Yep. So, Mr. Edwards?
Man, I'm going to have to go with Crystal City in this one. I pretty much got off their boat when I picked them against Catula, and they lost like 44-2 or something. So I'm going with the Javelinas.
I am going to go with Crystal Springs.
Like a true false, a trough.
Yeah, that way I'm not wrong because everybody's going to be. Yeah, give me the home team. Go Javelins.
Javelins. Damn, man. I'm going to go with the Wildcats on this one. Yeah.
Okay.
I think...
you mean the Hornets?
The Hornets. Chorizo. Yeah.
Whatever. Y'all keep up now.
I'm taking the first team to score a touchdown. That's whoever scores a touchdown in this game, that's who's going to win this game.
Right.
So that's my pick. No, I think Crystal City, they found something on defense. They've held two opponents in a row well below what people thought they were going to score coming in, and they've got a quarterback that made his first start next week, so I think he'll be a little better. Give me Crystal City in a close game, maybe an 8-6 junior high football game or something like that.
Yeah. I didn't have anybody circled, and I kept thinking, well, but Crystal Springs, golly, I just can't. I just don't know. Give me Crystal City before I change my mind again.
I was hoping this one was going to start there, and then I'd know what y'all said, but it started here. I'm like, well, come on.
That's what me and Joe Tom were saying. We want to start on that end
we
every
wish
time.
everything would start on Willie's side so we can work it over here.
You should have said pass.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to take Crystal City. I mean, at least I've seen them in action, so I think that new quarterback they put in last week, I think he'll do better this week in his second game, and they're at home.
I'm gonna go with Crystal City too. I have a really good friend playing for Crusoe Springs, but they're not good. So I'm gonna go with Crystal City.
Yep, let's go with Crystal City. Going into the game, I was mad. I had watched their podcasts, and I felt like I got disrespected on that podcast, you know. So I went in that game wanting my respect, but nah, them boys on defense, they can hit. I feel like they'll have a little struggle on offense, but they'll get it going.
Yeah, did that game? It looked like it from the stands, and I haven't even asked you this question, but it looked like their defense maybe had a little nasty side to them too, and there were a couple, maybe not cheap shots, but little extracurricular shots in there. This week, I could only imagine what's going to go on between Crusoe Springs and Crystal City down there. There's probably going to be a lot of personal fouls and a lot of yellow on the field, I would guess. Usually
in their color yellow.
Yeah, both.
Then they're both yellow. Yeah, you're right about that.
There's gonna be a lot of yellow everywhere.
If you watch College Game Day, whoever Herb Street is calling, they don't let him pick the game. So you probably should. I know who are going to pick these next two games. So this our game of the week here. But before we get there, do either one of y'all have pregame rituals that y'all got to wear the same socks, or you got to wear, listen to the same music? I can already tell you do.
Clean underwear.
Remember, it's a family show now.
I wear the same socks. Every game day I wear the same socks.
Same socks.
Yep.
I hope you've watched them between games.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay.
I listen to the same couple songs, and if I play really well, I'll wear the same, arm sleeve or tights or socks. But I think I'm gonna switch it up this week.
So were you listening to the podcast before the
Why
game
on
kicked
earth
off,
would you
being
switch it up
disrespected?
this
Come on,
week?
let's get fired up. These guys don't think I'm very good.
Y'all have had killer games the last 2 weeks. Why would you switch anything up? Don't switch anything up.
Just go beat them.
Yes.
Just go beat 'em.
Do what you do.
Just go
Do what's
beat 'em.
work. Dance with the one that brought you.
Well, I heard that Coach Miller, once again, I'll plug, if you watch Keys of the Game, he talks about it, but I heard Coach Miller was bringing up the Uvalde hadn't beat Divine since 1965. But there's a but here.
2023.
This is only the third time we played them since.
Yeah.
So
I think they beat us by a point last time at the Honey Bowl.
It was very close
It
up
was,
there. That was
it was a kick.
2020.
Yeah, exactly. We missed an extra point in the last few seconds to tie it up. We were, if you remember, we'd come from way behind and caught up with them, and so no, they're beatable.
We let them score right before halftime.
Yeah.
It's the last play of the half, I think, or else we would have been winning at halftime.
Yeah, no, they're beatable.
Any guesses on how you think they'll play? Are they going to stack the box? Are they going to play off?
I mean, I think they should respect our air raid passing game, but I don't know. I think I could very well see them stacking the box.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to respect number 5 here this week. And so, but I mean, they watched the huddle film from 2 weeks ago. They know what Uvalde can do to them, and the receivers can do if they sack the box and leave the middle of the field open. And
play man on the outside. If they watch Poteet at all, like, good grief, that number 10, you could have just, that guy could.
Shout out number 2.
Yeah, he couldn't see anything.
Yeah, number 2 had his way that night. Hopefully Quentin Gang has a couple more touchdown passes.
And number 4.
A couple more touchdown catches, and maybe Abraham, we throw a couple Russian TDs in there to go with it. So, Divine's, they're going to be tough on defense. They're going to run the ball. That's what they've done forever. So the Divine's who they are. So, anyway, I guess both of y'all have Uvalde in this game. I'm just going to guess. But good luck Friday night, really. Please, everybody, if you make the trip over, it's only an hour drive. Divine's got some nice facilities. It's right coming into town right there. You don't even have to spend a whole lot of time in Divine. You can hit the stadium as you're coming into town. If you can't, listen to Pop on UvalleryRadio.net. He probably thanks both you two boys for helping him out the last couple of weeks in his play-by-play and with your color. I'm sure there was plenty of color. So,
No, that's about all I got. But he's got Al this week.
He's got Al this week.
Like
it's
like
the
last
old, it's
year.
old time.
Yeah,
It's a reunion show this week. So
Al and Pops.
Good. Well, good luck, and y'all make the trip down. No?
Yeah, thanks for coming in, guys, and it's good to, learn a little bit about y'all and get to know you a little bit. But, just if y'all play together and just eliminate penalties and turnovers, no one can beat y'all. So go Coyotes.
Good pick.
Yeah, there's so much that you want to say and that but you guys hear it all the time, and but here against Poteet, against Crystal City, you get on the winning track and you start winning and you start building your momentum, and this is what you got to do, because you got to go into district. You want to go into district with a victory, and you want to go in district healthy. Most important thing is we get out of that game healthy, get out of it healthy. Get back home. Let's get ready, but not overlook them. Divine's going to be a tough deal. I did hear that they recruit people with oil field, but that's just because that's what they do. If you're looking out there, that's what they do. They recruit. Like, oh, that guy's he can run a pump jack. Let's stick him and his son over here. Don't write me. But I'm just telling you, that's what they do. They're the Judsons of South Texas or whatever. So anyway, yeah, go Yotes.
Yeah, to say your last non-district game, the biggest thing is to be healthy going into Bernie in 2 weeks, but have a good taste in your mouth for that game and hit district at 4-1. So it'll be a tougher game than the last couple of weeks, but I thought y'all were ready for a tough opponent, and they'll be tough, and smack them right back in the mouth, and one thing that I usually do to guests, and we're getting near the end of our time, but I usually give them a few minutes to talk about anything. Y'all want to give a shout out to anybody, or were you planning on coming in saying something? I really didn't give you a chance to talk.
Shout out to our defense. I don't know.
And Cabela's for the sweet hat.
Your defense has been excellent so far this year. Yes, it really has been. And I think they're 13 points a game, I think, somewhere in there. And so they've been playing lights out. So I would expect they'll do that again Friday night. So probably one of the better defenses we've had in a while. So give me the Coyotes. Give me the Coyotes all the way. Pablo?
You
I
look
really
like
don't
you
much
want
to say that y'all haven't heard already, man.
No, I came in nervous, not knowing what to say.
You've done well.
You're doing a great job, man. Like I said, I'm not going to say nothing y'all haven't heard before. It's going to be a tough environment to play in. It always is in Divine. Just focus on the task at hand, have fun, and go Coyotes, man.
I bet y'all didn't think about this part when y'all just said y'all were going to be on the show about the intervention part where we're all like looking at you going, okay, now y'all know what to do. Just you eat and you don't throw picks and we're good, man. Y'all do what you do. Y'all are fine. So go Coyotes.
Yeah, go Coyotes. And if anybody's thinking about going over there to the game, extra early and playing golf, don't do it, because Divine's golf course sucks, man. It's like being in a giant sand trap all day long, that sandy old soil, and
they're too busy playing their football games.
Yeah, the old goat ranch. Like, what's a war horse anyway? Like the game, like the card game war? Like, does Divine never been no war? What do they need horses
we
for?
had Ben in here last week as our guest pick. It wasn't the Warriors game, and he had a long spill to one of our games about Spartans or something.
Oh, Ben, sorry. I
one of those things. Well, I will remind everybody we'll have a week off next week. After a big Coyote win, y'all got 2 weeks before you play Bernie, and thank you guys for coming in, and y'all got a great team, and just get ready. Play hard Friday night. Get ready for district. So
Good luck.
Keep it rolling, guys.
Yeah.
Keep it
Eat them
rolling.
up.
all right, Mr. Edwards, you want to lead us out of here?
Certainly. We'll always be loyal and true all through our school days. And when we are through, Uvalde High, 3 cheers for you. Rah, rah, rah. We pledge our hearts and ourselves to you.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Keys to the Game with Coach Miller. We're brought to you by Uvalde Chevrolet. Please go down and see them for any used or new car needs. I'm sure they can hook you right up. Coach, there's games that are don't quite go the way you think they're going to. I think that one Friday night may be chalked up as an ugly win, but a win is a win.
Yeah, I'll take it. And if you kind of look at it, we had a couple drop passes in the first half and then one bad read on a throw. That thing probably should have been 28-0 at halftime, but the defense played really well. And offense didn't play bad. We just had a couple of mistakes.
No. Well, we're brought to you by Keys to the Game. What do you think the keys to that game were? And, I mean, good or bad? I mean, what?
Well, I thought, we go into halftime, we're up 14-7, and I'm going to give a lot of credit to Coach Patino, our offensive line coach, and our offensive coordinator. And he kind of called me to the side, kind of calmed me down, and he's like, look, we know if we just get big and run the ball, we can get 3 or 4 yards of carry against these guys. And we came out the second half and did it, and just kind of calming me down as a play caller and then just kind of settling in. And we started kind of wanted to work on doing that because I feel if we're going to play with Bernie and some of the better teams in our district, we're going to have to kind of control the clock. So it was good practice for that, and then to drive and score and win the game. I thought that was the big change, just that conversation at halftime.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. That was one of the things I was going to ask you today was what did y'all see at halftime to make y'all kind of switch focus? Yeah, we were 2 or 3 pass plays from having a blowout early on. It was 14-0 before you realized it, and there were a couple drop balls right after that, and then of course the interception. And that game could have been very similar last week, but it wasn't. And y'all saw something at halftime that made y'all kind of change up. Well, what did your coach see, Coach Patino?
Just how much bigger and more physical we were, and just reminded me that that's kind of why we got big and physical, to do things like that. And just if we stick to what we talked about earlier in the week, then we should be able to run a lot of clock and score some points. And just kind of getting back to basics.
Yeah. What did Crystal do something on defense that was unexpected?
Not really. They kind of shifted their defensive linemen kind of from where we thought they were going to be, and we knew they were going to stunt, but they were stunting more through A-gap than what we had anticipated. But we kind of adjusted the blocking at half to pick those up, and I thought we did a good job the second half.
We were watching you run the ball in the first half. We were running. I guess you had 5 linemen, and they had probably 6 in the box or so, something like that. Because they were stunting a lot. It looked like to me, looked like there were maybe a couple of offensive line calls that weren't up to snuff, probably to your liking. But then you knew we went big with them, and we went from them having, and we got big. We went from them having 6 in the box to 9 or 10 in the box, depending on how far they're rolling up that safety, I guess. Explain that a little bit. I think the general fan doesn't quite understand that because you brought in a different package, not just the same offensive line.
Yeah, no. When we get in our spread package, you count the number of kids in the box, and if it's more than you have to block, you want to throw the ball, and if it's less, you want to run the ball. And then we go to that big package, and we feel like that they can put 8 or 9 in the box, especially a team like Crystal, who's not very big. And basically what we were doing was everybody was just blocking inside gap. And then I had Ryan Barron and kick out the end, and there's inevitably a bubble there if you can get a push. So when we decided we were going to come out and do that and get in that jumbo package, and really I was just going to kind of jumpstart the offense because we weren't moving the ball, but then we were talking 3, 4, 5 yards of carry, and we're moving guys backwards. We just stayed in it, and it was working. And that negated their stunt, because if everybody's got an inside gap, that inside linebacker wants to run through a gap, fine, I got a guy for you. And it just kind of sealed it up, and they weren't able to be big enough to push us back.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, and it was a little bit of a change coming out at halftime that we saw, but yeah, we saw us controlling them really well with a few new personnel packages, not new to the season, but you know, new kids coming into that game on offense and stuff, and it worked really well. I mean, yeah, they couldn't stop the running game at that point, and so, well, what are some of the things that you saw Friday night that you would like to see either better effort out of your players or your coaching staff, or some changes going into this week?
Well, I thought the effort was there. I mean, that's the one thing, and I talked to Simon about this earlier. You know, the one thing about our kids I saw the other night, even though 14-7 was frustrating at halftime, the heads didn't drop, none of that. They kept playing, they kept their heads up, and that's kind of one of the culture things we wanted to get fixed, and I feel like that's pretty much there. And then I thought a big key there at the end was conditioning. You know, they had everybody playing both ways, and we didn't have anybody. I mean, John played a little bit on that jumbo package, but, you know, I was able to sub him out some too. You know, and when you play physical football and you get big like that, you know, if they're going both ways and you're not, you should own the fourth quarter, and I kind of felt like we did. This week, you know, Divine's, they're a lot bigger than Crystal, and we know exactly what they're going to play on defense. They haven't changed, I don't think, since 1920 and all that kind of stuff. It's just going out and executing, and they're going to try to stop us from running the football, and we've got a pretty good game plan to try to run the ball, and then I think we've got a pretty good game plan for the passing game as well.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. If there's one of these teams around the area, you know who they're going to be. It's Divine.
Yeah, exactly.
You know you're in and you're out. They've been that way since I was in high school. Yeah. That's who they are.
Yeah. It's the same offense, same defense for I don't know how many coaches and how many years.
Yeah. Well, you know, that was one of my questions going into this. I mean, of course, y'all are 3-1. Going to play a 2-2 Divine team that probably is licking their wounds a little bit after last week, and you know, they were ranked in the top 20 in the state coming in the season, and so it really hadn't gone their way yet. You know, you expect to see a little pissed off team Friday night?
Yeah, I expect them to come out and play really hard. I expect them to play well. You know, I kind of felt like their game against Hondo got away from them, kind of like it did with Poteet. You know, with us, it's just the plan was to stop them from running the football, and they lined everybody up on a line of scrimmage. I don't think they realized how well Hondo could throw the ball, and then Hondo had multiple big plays against them that made a difference. Now, Divine's got a couple of key injuries. You know, I think their fullback's hurt, and I know one of their offensive and defensive linemen, he goes both ways, is not playing this week. So, you know, you hate to see that, but it helps us, and we expect nothing but their best shot, and it's always tough playing over there. I mean, that's a tough place to play.
Yeah. Well, you know, and being this is the last non-district game in warm-up, I mean, you know, of course, every coach, every fan, every player wants to win every single game. But is there some things you want to see out of your kids before we get to district in a couple weeks?
Yeah, I want to see us, and I know I talk about physical all the time. I want to see us be physical with a physical team. You know, they're going to come out and try to bully us around, and I want to see us do the same thing. And then last week we had 2 turnovers, and I think those are only our second and third turnover of the year. I want to see no more turnovers, and then obviously less penalties.
Yeah, the penalties are always a big thing and stuff. I was looking, and sometimes high school stats are not exactly current. And so please, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, so far in the year, you're averaging just over 260. 140 rushing and about 120 passing or so. Yeah. Pretty balanced. Is that what you were hoping coming into?
That's the goal. In fact, the best team I ever had as a head coach at Toloso, I want to say we were 2 yards more throwing than running. And if you can do that, then people they can't concentrate on one thing to stop you. So, you know, there's going to be games like against Poteet where we throw for 250, and there's going to be games like the other night where we run for 200 yards. I mean, it just depends on what the defense gives us. So.
Well, and on the flip side, I mean, your defense is holding opponents to over 100 yards less than what you have per game, and really 14 points less than you. I mean, maybe you can't ask more out of your defense, but is there anything you'd like to see out of your defense going into district?
No, yeah, and you know, we've been able to do most of it without having to stunt. I mean, we're pretty much playing our base defense a lot, and the one main thing with our defense, knock on wood, is that they've stayed healthy. We'll get Albert back this week. That helps. Devon throws the ball fairly well. But no, I just want to see them keep going out there and playing with such good effort and stay healthy. I mean, right now, it's as good a defense maybe as I've had as a head coach.
Yeah, and, knock on wood around here, you really kind of dodged, for the most part, dodged the injury bug this year. I think you only have one offensive guy and one defensive guy, I think, sitting last weekend. Or close to it.
Yeah, and it's going to be the same this weekend. You know, Diego's still out with the hamstring, and then I had one of my backup tight ends. Will probably be back after this week, and none of them have been like major injuries.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're hoping to.
Well, that's always a great thing.
And I've always found too that the years that you have the less injuries tends to be the years you have the better teams. I had one year at Woodsboro. We started the season ranked 9th in the state in Division II 2A. We went 3 or 4 games, and by the end of the season, we have 7 ACLs on a 2A football team, and it was just we made the playoffs, but just barely.
No. Yeah, the injuries are just something that can jump up and bite you. Well, we definitely saw it in the high school ranks. You saw it in the college ranks if you were watching college football on Saturday. Saturday and Friday were kind of a weird days for college football. Yeah. They really were. And so, I think, a win's a win, and let's move on. And
I'll take every game 2-0 or 100-99. Doesn't matter to me.
Exactly. Well, when you're lining up for that win on Friday night or watching your college football team on Saturday, you got any superstitions that you subscribe to?
I'm not really that superstitious. I don't really. No. I don't. I really don't.
I'll admit, and my older son gave me a new maroon shirt to wear to games this year, and that was the shirt I was wearing Saturday in the Dome when Brody went down, and I hadn't worn it since, not to a football game, and I won't wear it
anymore.
No, I won't wear it anymore. So that's. There are a lot of superstitions out there with football fans, and I didn't know, probably not so much so with coaches.
I'm not real superstitious. I'm more of a routine guy. Like, if we're supposed to leave at 3 and we're not ready at 3, that kind of stuff drives me crazy, but I'm not really a superstitious guy.
It's funny you say that, because when we lined up Friday night for Parents' Night and watching the clock tick, and I just kept getting nervous, and I looked over at you, and you were a little nervous too. It looked like that messed with the routine a little bit.
Yeah, it did, and it even took longer than anticipated. So I kept going to my coach and says, "Okay, we're going to cut 2 minutes off of this. We're going to cut 1 minute off of that." So I'll be ready for a normal warm up this week.
Not too many hiccups that can come your way for an hour-long trip to Divine, so hopefully it lines out pretty well.
Yeah, and the games like you're supposed to win, like the other night, I get way more nervous for those than the ones that you're, not supposed to win or supposed to be tight games, because those are just going to play out, and you're going to either win them or lose them. But the ones you're supposed to win, I get really nervous for those.
Well, I kind of wonder about some of whether it be Dave Campbell's or Harris Bowl or some of the spreads that they put on high school football games. You just don't know. But Divine is a 3-point favorite, so that's a home field basically advantage. So that's an even game. So this is one of those games that I think at least the oddsayers are saying that's a toss-up game.
Yeah, Carl Padilla told me once that when he does the point totals, you automatically get 3 points when you're the home team.
Yeah,
so I guess it's a pick 'em game.
Yeah.
I feel good this week. I mean, I feel really good about the way we've prepared, and of course it's another off-schedule week with it being 6 weeks grades, and we're starting a little bit later so we can go to tutorials and all that. But, man, we've had a great week of practice.
All right, well, I mean, hopefully people watching this, you can make the drive down to Divine, just a short hour away. We've got nice facilities down there and stuff. It's been a few years since Uvalde's played down there.
Well, here's a good story. I told the kids, I said, the rallying point this week is we want to be the first Uvalde team to beat Divine since 1965. I didn't tell them we've only played them twice since. Yeah. So when they see this, they'll probably figure it out. But that got us through Monday and Tuesday anyway.
Well, you can tell them they're a 3-point underdog.
Yeah, I'll tell them
to piss them off a little more. So, well, if you can make the drive, please do it. If not, you can catch Simon at UvaldeRadio.net and listen to him and his play-by-play. So, Coach, we appreciate it. And,
if y'all can get out there because they feed off y'all's energy. I mean, you can tell when there's a good crowd, we always have a lot more juice. So,
well. Make the trip. You heard it right from Coach right there. Make the trip. And we appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Go Kayaks.
Thanks.